lawyer right now. What's the warrant for? But what's the warrant for? Yo, I'm not running. Hey, yo, you know black people not fuck with the police like that. Yeah, yo, so I'm right. Hey, yo, I'm right here. I'm not trying to run. I'm calling my lawyer. I want to see the warrant. You heard me? No, I don't trust you. Yeah, keep the. Oh, can I see the warrant? Yo, can I see the warrant, bro? What's the warrant for, y'all? What's the warrant for? I'm gonna open the door. What's the warrant for? You're not gonna tell me what the warrant for? No. You ain't even gotta show me. What's the warrant for? Bro, you can just tell me what the warrant is for, bro. You're making me nervous.
I need to speak with Joe.
I'm calling my lawyer right now, bro. Why are you nervous? I'm not making you nervous. I don't have a weapon, bro. I'm about to open the door. You know I don't have a weapon. You know I don't have a weapon. I don't walk around with weapons. I'm right here. What's the lawyer saying? Hey, yo, listen. I got the chain on the door. Hey, you ain't got the video on. Hey, yo, I got the chain on the door. I'm about to open the door. I got the chain on the door. You don't need none of that. You don't need none of that. I'm here, bro. Show the warrant. Can I see the warrant? I didn't need it. Show the warrant. You know, just go. Yo, stop. Just let me see the warrant. Where's the warrant? What's the warrant for? You do have a warrant. Because I don't do shit. What's the warrant for? Yo, let me open the door. Ain't no need for no. You don't need none of that shit. You don't need none of that shit. Come out. It's me. I'm coming. You don't have to be physical. None of that. What's the warrant for? I'm showing you. I'm telling you.
Can we see the warrant, please? Can we see the warrant, please? Can we see the warrant?
I don't need to see. What's the warrant? I want to see. Yeah, it's a threat. Go home. Call the lawyer. Let's go.
Can I get the warrant?
No, we can't give you a copy of the warrant.
I don't think my daughter tell me it's a threat, right? Come on.
Unfortunately,
This way we come up.
we don't listen. We don't put the charges out on you, all right? Unfortunately, somebody made a complaint against you, okay? We just
Get all the bad.
we have to do what we got.
Get all the bad. Get all the bad.
Well, I showed
I'm not going to jail. All these terrorists threatening about people go. You don't even need to cuff me. You need to I don't even have to cuff me, bro. I'll do it. I got my head terrorist threats, sir. It doesn't matter. Like, we gonna get those people.
Y'all know they plotted on the man till from the time he got in office in 2014? Yes. From the time he got in office, the old school people, the old clan. How I know this? Because my friend, our mutual friend, was part of those meetings. From the time he came in 2014, there were meetings held at the Jenkins house with Sharp James, Calvin West, Gail Jenkins, and Kevin Jenkins about sabotaging Red so Gail can run in 2018. That is fact.
Greetings. My name is General Secretary Patience of Panthers of New Jersey, NAD PP North. We just watched a short clip of Deputy Mayor Rami Muhammad. And I want to say he did a lot of projecting in that video. They like to complain about things that they participate in themselves. Let's travel back to 2021. Bashir Akanyeli, one of the mayor's lapdog. He was tasked with organizing a secret meeting with several activists and leadership in Newark. And they were going to discuss how to handle our then captain, who is now our chairman, Afrika. Let's read the email. Dear family, may this email find you in the best of spirits. Thank you for committing to our family meeting. We have locked in a date, time, and place for our private meeting in Newark, New Jersey. In a city known for its roots in the struggle for revolutionary Black power, some of us have lost our focus on the objective of empowerment of our people and oppressed people. Some of us have allowed oppressive conditions in Newark and agent provocateurs to make us fight one another instead of fighting the real enemies of African people and all oppressed people in the city. However, some of us are still fighting in the trenches in Newark to free and empower African people and oppressed people. But there are powerful forces working to disrupt and neutralize progress in North, especially Mayor Baraka and grassroots activists. Therefore, we are calling a community meeting to refocus ourselves on the liberation of our people and oppressed people. The objective of the meeting is the following: Black and brown liberation, unity without uniformity, and a community without chaos. Mayor Baraka has confirmed to attend the closed-door emergency community meeting. He said, "I'll be there." The location is the Source of Knowledge bookstore. They have confirmed that they will lend us their space. The date of our family meeting is Monday, June 28, 2021 at 8 p.m. The community leaders that have confirmed to attend the meeting are the following: Raj J. Baraka, Mayor of the City of Newark, New Jersey; Larry Ham, the People's Organization for Progress; Baba Saeed, Baby Black Panther Cub; and Cat, the People's Organization for Progress, the Newark Anti-Violence Coalition; Minister Abdul Haq Muhammad, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan's Newark representative of Muhammad Mosque, number 25, the Nation of Islam; Sharad Zulu, chairman at the time of the New African Black Panther Party in Newark; Ed Riley, executive producer of the All Politics Are Local community radio show; Sharif Aminotep, New Black Panther Party in Newark, New Jersey. Totally different from the New African Black Panther Party, which is under the leadership of Chairman Afrika. We are the Panthers that are not on the government's payroll. We are the Panthers that are not security for politicians. We are the Panthers that do not speak for politicians. We serve and we represent the people in the community. Moving along the list, we have Sister Frederica Bay, Women in Support of the Million Man March; Keisha Uri, Chairwoman of the Newark Anti-Violence Coalition; Deborah Smith Gregory, NAACP, Newark Chapter; Victor Enoch, not going to try to pronounce that last name because I don't want to butcher it, but he's with the Ironbound Justice; Deshaun Farad, journalist and Ascot Study Group Chapter in Newark, New Jersey; and finally, Bashir Muhammad Akanyeli, Ascot Group Study Group Chapter in Newark, the one who drafted this email. Everyone confirmed to attend the meeting will be sent this email, so please do not share this email with anyone outside of this circle, nor post it on social media. And that's the end of the email. So let me give you a context to why this email came to be. As we do today, we did back then. We are boots on the ground. That means we serve the people. We're in the communities. We know what the issues are. We're talking to people. We're getting them resources. And in doing so, we hear a lot of stories. And not only that, we experience these things ourselves as tenants and residents of Newark, New Jersey. So whenever we have the opportunity to address the politicians, to address the policemen, to address these slumlords, wherever they are, whether there's cameras or not, we approach them and we hold them accountable. And how do we hold them accountable? We ask them those tough questions. Why are people homeless? Why are slumlords and developers coming here charging rent that we can't afford? Why are there no resources for the people that are facing poor health care, poor education? I mean, we can go down the list, police brutality. Why are we building $300 million cop city in Newark? We have blocks of police buildings or police agencies, but yet nowhere for people to live. We have our students, our kids are reading at below average levels. So when we ask all these things, of course, we get pushback. So because of all this and because of the chairman approaching these politicians at their events where there's cameras, I guess they had enough, so they decided to call this meeting. But what happened was Chairman Afrika did not attend this meeting that was called. We don't even know if the meeting was held, because a lot of those that were asked to come to this meeting said that they weren't comfortable attending this meeting without Afrika being there, you know, to defend himself or to provide feedback or anything. So I don't know whether they had that original meeting, but Chairman was called to meet with the group. But let's not stop there. There's more, because when you do these things, the pushback, it's not even pushback. You get retaliated. You get silenced. You get, what the chairman always use. You get siloed. You know, they try to make you invisible. And they start to speak that language. And this next video will explain exactly what I'm talking about.
You become more and more angry and get this kind of foxhole mentality, you know, and you're worried about the people who are out here doing work when you really should be worried about the people you're meeting with. Because you isolated yourself so much that it's easy to infiltrate and destroy what you've done. The little bit of good that you make it happen can be wiped out in a few weeks.
Yeah.
You run around here acting crazy, something happens, nobody even miss you. People be talking about, I'm glad that Negro out of here.
Very.
That's a real problem, man. And we don't see that. And we have to. I mean.
So as you can see, everything these folks are complaining about, they partake in it, especially when it comes to those who try to hold them accountable. Stop listening to these folks. All they have for you are lies and spin. Protect yourself, create a no-spin zone, and get politically educated. Until next time, this is General Secretary Patience. All power to the people.
Welcome to All Power to the People on Grown Folks Talking Network. It's been a long week, man. It's been a long week. I just want to start it off by saying thank you to everybody that sent messages, that called down to the police station, everybody that called the General Secretary, trying to make sure that I was okay. That's the first thing I want to say, because all of this, everything that we're doing means nothing if we're not reaching the people. Most people, like when I was in the county, I spoke to a correction officer that was exemplifying the same way of thinking, ideology, that those that are afraid to confront the system always regurgitate. You know, you're doing all of this stuff for clicks. What clicks for what? As we go on with the show, you're going to hear from W.E.B. Du Bois. You're going to hear from Frantz Fanon during the show. And everything that we do come from luminaries like that. You know, the reason why we hold the police accountable is so people can see the contradictions in what they claim it to be from what it is. It's called dual contending power. Like, we have to create power ourselves in the community that's separate from what the state has, and we have to highlight the contradiction. When they came to the door, they came to the door because there's an elderly lady, an older lady that works on Chancellor Avenue and Mapes. She's the crossing guard, and the tow truck company tried to take her car after she told them she would pay them. Like, let me get the money real quick. In fact, her daughter had to come. Everything good? I'm not talking about the facts of the case. Yeah, and that's the thing. That's why I haven't spoken since I've been home. Because, like, my lawyers and different people are saying don't speak about the facts of the case. I'm not going to speak about the facts of the case. But I'm just going to tell you, like, what basically happened without talking about the facts. So anyway, the lady was trying to get was trying to pay for her truck, and the truck company, the towing company was trying to leave. So I pulled I got to be careful how I say it, whatever. So I refused to let them leave. I told them, like, she's coming. There's a law here that when somebody's here, you have to let them get their car. You can't just tow their car. I mean, so we waited for the police to come. The police came. I told the police exactly what happened. Yo, all of this is documented. I told the police what happened. After I told the police what happened, I left. 2 weeks later, the police came to my door with riot gear on, early in the morning. I said they were doing an invasion because the tow truck company or one of their workers went down to the police station and filed out a report against me. If you listen to the video, the report they filed out was for harassment and terroristic threats. So because they filed that complaint, the police department showed up to my house 6 o'clock in the morning as if they were raiding a drug dealer, as if they were raiding a killer. They were raiding somebody that's running around here murdering people. They came to my door with all that force. And when they came to the door, it's stuff we expect. You have to expect that in the line of work that we're doing, serving the people. You know the system is going to come after you. So while they were aggressive, at the whole time, while they were there aggressive behind the door with guns, with rams, with shields, trying to get inside the house for an harassment and what is it called, terroristic threat. These are third-degree, fourth-degree crimes that really carry no jail time. They're not going to prison. It's not that serious. And when you go to court, they're going to downgrade it, and it's going to be done with. It's really nothing. But they showed up to my house with this level of force to intimidate. And when we listen to Fanon, you're going to hear Fanon say that you have to be ready for violence. This is what he means by violence. Where we're at right now, where we at in the society is they're not coming out aggressively, like really showing you their hand. They're playing all these soft power games, like calling the police station, the corporation, using the police station to come to my house to intimidate me. If I came out and been aggressive and say no, who knows what would have happened? Because you could see it in them. They were ready to come in and kick the door down. Would they have killed me? Would they have shot somebody in the house, murdered my daughter, murdered my son, murdered my wife? Could they have? All of that is possibilities that could have happened. But when you see from when I opened the door and they're saying they're afraid for their lives, that there's guns in here, when they got the guns, you could see me trying to de-escalate this whole situation. In fact, I went outside with my hands out. I went outside with my hands out, like, what? What do you say when you say terroristic threat? I'm like, what? I put my hands out to be arrested. There's no, like, what am I going to fight them for? What is anybody fighting them for? At this moment, we have no power. They have all the power. They have all the guns. All you can do at this moment is just put your hands out and let them take you while it's on video for the people to see. Because I'm not the only one that goes through this. The residents of Newark, New Jersey are all going through this. I wasn't the only person that they came to my house with military force to attack me. They had scores of other people there. They did this to people all around the city. Yo, somebody's going out to take their children to school. The police run up on them with guns, with their children inside the car because of a stolen cell phone, because of a broken cell phone. This is what they're doing. And nobody's holding them accountable. This is done through the city, through the politicians, through the corporations. They're married together and exploiting the people. And our duty as Panthers is to build programs to aid the people while also highlighting these contradictions. What clicks? There's no money from this. There's nobody paying nobody to do this. I don't get paid on Instagram, Facebook, any of these spaces to do any of this. In fact, what they do is they shadow ban our content because they don't want people to know. What would Huey P. Newton be doing if he was alive today? What would Fred Hampton be doing? You don't think they'll be using social media to try to reach as many people as they can or as they could? That is what we do here. This is not the first time. This is the first time that most people are becoming aware to what they're doing, to the predatory behavior of the system, of the government, of the police. Predatory democracy. That is where we are at. They prey on the people because they believe the people are not smart enough to try to hold them accountable, don't have the weapons to fight back, and don't have the ability to fight back. That is why they do what they do. But until we all organize in our communities and say no, and say, like when they go to one person's house, all the police show up, everybody got to come out their house. We have to start policing our own communities. That's where we are at. And that's what we are saying as Panthers. You can't get rid of this by voting. And now, let me segue to the voting part. Like I said, I'm going to say it again. I want to thank everybody that called, everybody that showed support, everybody that called the jails. Yo, my whole life of going down to the county, going to any of these places, I have never been treated more respectfully than I've ever been Monday or Tuesday, whenever they came. I was treated different. It seemed like most of the people knew that there was something different about this arrest. They understood it was a political arrest, that I was a political prisoner. But let me segue away to that from that. And we had the sellout Olympics. We had the voting for mayor, council people, all of that stuff in the community. And of course, the mayor won. The mayor's team won because they have all the money. They control the city. They control everything. They control the voting booth. They control the people that's holding what would you call them? What would you even call these things that they're holding? These fake panels where the candidates are supposed to come out and speak about what's going on. The people that control that are being controlled by the mayor. So how can you even have a fair election when even down to the questions are rigged? The debates are rigged. But when I came home, when they finally let me out, the election was over. The election was over and the mayor's team won, as they're always going to win because they're supported by Master. And Donna Jackson won. And Donna Jackson, I've been watching Donna for since 2008 when I came home from president. And I've been watching her, work on the streets, try to fight for people's rights. And I've seen that she's opposite from the mayor's team. Although we do not believe in electoral politics, I'm going to say it again. I wish her well. I wish her well because she's going to deal with the same violence. They're going to come after her the same way. They're going to use all kinds of tricks and methods to try to destroy her. And she needs to be ready. She needs to be ready. She needs to accept this is the reality that she's dealing with. I'm here to offer my help however I can. I don't work for the government. I'm never going to work for the government. But I have no problem advising you. Donna Jackson, congratulations. I have no problem advising you. I'm going to tell you now. You have a hard road ahead of you. Working through that system, sister, you're not going to bring down rent. I'm going to say it now before the 4 years is over. You're not going to bring down rent. You're not going to bring down the price of food. You're not going to bring down the price of gas. You're not going to do anything, or they will not allow you to do anything that's going to be helpful to the residents. Because that's not how imperialism works. They're here to take from the people, not give to the people. But as an advisor, I can show you how you can do that outside of the system. I can show you how to lower people's rents, housing, everything, food, everything outside of the system. I can show you that because I read it from people like Du Bois. I read it from people like Franz Fanon. Read it from people like Malcolm. Read it from people like Fred Hampton. There are ways to survive outside of their system. We don't all have to be house Negroes for us to be able to survive. But like I said, congratulations, Donna, and thank you to everybody. Thank you to everybody in their support. There's a GoFundMe for the legal case, for the legal action. Because all this intimidation, everything that they're doing is for me to spend money on lawyers. They believe we're too poor to afford lawyers to be able to fight back. As we speak, I am sitting on house arrest for misdemeanor charges. house arrest. I am on house arrest for a crime that doesn't even you're not even going to do jail time for it. But I am on house arrest. I can't do the work that I do in the community. I can't serve the community where I usually serve them because I'm on house arrest. For how long? According to them, maybe till the case is over. And then whatever they do when the case is over, whatever sentence is carried out is going to be less than me being arrested at home. So it might just be time served because they had me locked up at home this whole time. But this is the way how they use the system to oppress all of us. I'm not the only one that happened to. I'm not the first one. But we just get to see it. We highlight the contradictions. We bring it out there for you to see it. I am on house arrest for an harassment charge. So now I have to go get a lawyer to go defend myself in court. Even though they're refusing to allow me to really go to work. Like they cut down how I could do the work that we do. We have programs in the community that serve the community. We have a housing program, a food program, an after-school program. But I can't pick up the children for the after-school program. If I can't pick them up, how the after-school program going to work? See, I'm telling you, it's solved. The violence is solved. Solved violence. So now they're destabilizing my life. Even though I haven't been found guilty of anything. It's all an accusation from a corporation. But the judge, the police, the correction workers, the politicians, all are on the side of the corporation. So we're going to put the GoFundMe out for the legal defense. Because you see what happened when you go to court with a public defender. I get house arrest for harassment. Because they gave me a public defender. The public defender came in there on the booth. And the public defender was like, yeah, they're going to be remanding you to house arrest. The lights went off in my head. Everything was going off like, what? House arrest? How am I getting reprimanded for house arrest when it's like it's a 3rd degree, 4th degree crime? Nobody was hurt. No, I don't even know these people. How am I? But I said nothing. Because you're supposed to say nothing. What am I going to go in there and say no? Then they'll still be holding me in there. And how is that helping anything by them keeping me in there? Maybe it would have helped me recruit more. Because when I got in there from Clinton Avenue, where they had me in there with the lights cold as hell, it's like straight torture. They put me in the cells like 6-something in the morning, cold, freezing, with shorts on, with the light beaming on me for about 8 hours instead of taking me to court. They left me there for 8 hours because if I went to court, I would have went home. These are all little things that they do to try to intimidate you. Then they finally took me down around 3 o'clock. It's too late to see the judge. But from when I went in there to when I left, I was trying to recruit. I was talking to people, explaining to them the system didn't have to be this way. But if you want to help out with the legal defense, General Secretary, where's it at? Is it on here?
Yeah, at the end, with the end.
Let's see. Is this it right here? All power to the people support the work we do. Please contact. No, I don't think that's it. This is Chairman. Oh yeah, right here. They go to the Legal Defense Fund right here. If you want to chip in, man, it is what it is. We raised $25 of $6K. Hey, we balling. I'm gonna have to put some money on there. $25. They say we doing this for click. You think like we want to go to court? You think I want them to come at my door 6 o'clock in the morning? I want them to be coming here harassing me, stopping the movement that we got to do. Because when they came to the door, I have to call everybody and cancel everything. Because I'm the one that go pick them up. I do the driving. Ain't nobody else stopping their jobs, stopping their lives to come pick children up that they don't know, kids they don't know. But yeah, the defense fund is going to be posted up. If you want to donate, please donate. Now let's get back to our regularly scheduled program. Because all of it really ties in together. It ties into what we're talking about. This is chapter 16 of the Philadelphia Negro, and he's going to be talking about color prejudice. But today, it's not really the color line that we're dealing with. We're dealing with the class line. We could talk all this color stuff, and now you're gonna see how it comes together. The way how they came to the door, the way that they behaved. You're gonna see it all tie in. I'm about to start it right now, unless anybody got something they want to say real quick. All power to the people. How you doing, Comrade Mutar?
Peace and blessings, brother. Listen, I've been trying to call you, bro. You don't answer my call.
Yo, yo, Muta, yo, bro. The crazy part, when I got down there, I've been going, yo, you and I know, Green Street, we've been to the county, we've been doing this thing since the 90s. I haven't been in any facility since like 2008, since I came home from prison. I haven't been back. So like it threw me back. It's like hold up, that's like what, 6 years plus 2 years? That's 18 years. I haven't been through that system. So when they took me to the county, like it was new to me. Yo, the way how Green Street used to be. Yo, used to go to Green Street, is dope fiends, it's drug dealers, everybody all in there. It's nasty. They got the little blue phone that's coming up and down, the little thing. Yo, it's not even like that. It's like, yo, it was kind of empty. It wasn't really nobody there, and it was more professional. And it wasn't in those kind of conditions. Like, it straight blew my mind. But when I walked in, you know what they said, Muta? We can't even accept you.
Oh, wow.
Yo, they said they couldn't accept me because my blood pressure was too high.
Oh, wow, okay.
They said they didn't see nobody coming in with blood pressure like that. So, like, they were telling the police, yo, I done came in there beat up. I see people going inside the county with one eye. Some people going with one arm. On this time, when I went in, there was a dude in there that had a patch on his eye. He was going, they let him in with one eye. They let somebody in on a wheelchair. But they said, nah, we're not taking this guy in. His blood pressure too high. I mean, they had to bring pills for me to take the pills. Like, I think it was 170. It was 170 over 120 or something like that. So
okay.
they had to bring the pill. I had to take the pill. My stuff had to come down before they allow me to go in. They said I could have had a heart attack or anything at any moment. I mean, so when I came home, they put the house arrest on, so I can't even go to the doctor.
No, you got to go to the doctor, bro.
No. For me to go to the doctor, listen to this. This is what they put on the paperwork. I have to inform them 5 days ahead of time before I go anywhere. I have to call these people and let them know I can't go nowhere outside of for an harassment charge. I mean, so the whole time I've been home, I've been trying to, like, they said I got to sleep, drink water, like, stay away from anything stressful. And I mean, so, like, I just been secluded since I've been. I mean, but yeah, Moo, what up, man? Hey, yo, I told you already. I'm gonna say it again in front of everybody. Yo, you ran a great race. Yo, real talk. Out of everybody I heard, you may be the most knowledgeable out of all of them.
But it's the crazy part is, I think because I ran the type of race I ran, like they must think I'm a sucker or something. So I get it. I wake up to we talking about violence, right? Talking about violence, soft violence, right?
Yeah.
Some guy named Gregory Williams. I've been in this game long enough to know when you play with fire, you get burned. This is not a threat. People fuck with people hard, get dealt with accordingly. I pray Bernard Clark, Muta El-Amin, and others post and understand as much that as much as OB is disliked, he has friends. Like, I don't know what these people crazy, B.
This is the fact. He's with the administration.
Yeah, you're talking about OB, Obalaji Baraka.
I'm talking about the person that wrote that. It's a line with the administration. OB is the mayor's brother.
That's why I think I ran too soft of a campaign, because I don't know who they think they. Hey,
listen. You do not allow them to get you to feed into what they're saying. That's how they want you to react. I mean, because, like, if you was dumb, you would take that to the police station and you would put out a warrant for him, and they would go to his house and lock him up. But we don't move like that. We grown men. We really them dudes that was in the streets that they rap about. We really them dudes that they fantasize and they walk around trying to be tough like. We don't play these games. So, now let's not get distracted. Real talk. I don't even want to say becoming. You are a leader. I watched you, and I don't lie. The only thing I have is my sincerity and my integrity. I have no reason to lie to nobody. I've watched you grow leaps and bounds, and it's all because of your sincerity, brother. it's all because of your sincerity, wanting to get to the truth, wanting to help people. And I mean, like, when I first met you, I'm like, yeah, this is going to be a lifelong thing. I don't think he ever going to come around. I'm not lying. Real talk. That's what I was thinking. But I watched you. I watched you study. I watched you grow. And even listening to you about the solutions. They're not the normal solutions that the average politicians bring around. I mean, so I said all of that to say this, bro. Yo, keep pushing. I know you want to do that electoral phase, but there's a bigger space out here for you.
That was a social experiment. I wanted to see what it looked like, but I normally catch the show. I've been missing them, but I've been trying to get in contact with you just to I appreciate you. You know what I mean? Now that keep it. Make sure your health is good more than anything, bro. Make sure your health. Like we need you. We need you out here. So I follow footsteps of your joint. So I caught them doing predatory touring. ran down them. So just to let you know, like, yeah, what you doing influence people. Even if I ain't gonna do it the way you do it, it influenced me to make sure that some action is taken. You get me?
All power to the people.
I ain't gonna take up no time with the show. Get the show going, bro.
All power to the people. And I want to say this, like, what we do, there's nothing greater that you can, or reward that you will get, than hearing somebody say that, because that's what you're doing it for. I mean, it's like from UAP Newton, Bobby Seale. I remember they put up street lights. People kept getting hit by cars. So they put up street lights, and they was like, look, if you want to change the community, you have to show people, because people learn from seeing how it's done. They got their guns. They went out there, put up street lights so people could cross the street. We do this so people can understand and see the contradictions. I mean, so let me start. Like I said, this is chapter 16 of the Philadelphia Negro. I'm not going to say nothing. But does anybody else have something to say before I start it? Going once?
Yes, I have something to say. You better take care of your black ass.
Hey, how you doing, baby? How you doing, Basil?
I'm doing good. You got to go see brother. He's at the Isle of May in East Orange. I mean, he is wonderful, Chairman Africa. Seriously,
I'm on house arrest. He's gonna have to pull up on me.
Okay, I'm gonna give you his. I'm gonna have him call you, or give you his phone number to call you, because you can't. Stress can really kill you out here. People got to understand. Stress is one of the number one killers among our African American men. I'm serious. So sometimes we just have to take a break and breathe, because I get upset too. I get excited about what's going on too, Chairman Africa, and my stress levels went up. I never had a high blood pressure of 143. I said, what the hell? I said, oh, you better calm down, Susan. It had to be stressed, because I eat pretty well. I'm a vegan, and I would say 98%. But stress can really bring up that blood pressure. Besides food, everyone. But also, I called you too. We can talk about later about the election in Newark, about Donna Jackson, and how do you guys feel about her? I don't want to interrupt the program. I don't want to be out of order, sir.
Nah, this part of the program. Nah, but when I got inside the county, a black nurse saw me. Her name was Miss Blackshire. Yeah, that was Miss Blackshire, and she was really alarmed. She was alarmed by my by my blood pressure and all of that. She was like she stopped everything she was doing. I mean, like, it was a lot of people in the jail, but I'm talking about people that were in there like really sick. But she said, She was like, this is the silent killer. She was like, I can't believe your pressure is this high. She was like, blood pressure is the silent killer in our community. You gotta turn it down a little bit. It's a silent killer in our community, and we gotta be careful. I mean, like, I never really took it that seriously before till I really spoke to her. She really got me to understand how serious it was. But yeah, send General Secretary the person's name, and we'll get in touch with them.
Definitely. I'll do that ASAP. Thank you so much.
All power to the people. Anybody else before I start real quick? Going once? Going twice? Hey, we Gucci. So like I said, we about to go into the Philadelphia Negro with W.E.B. Du Bois.
The Philadelphia Negro, Chapter 16. Contact.
And if this is your first time here, this is what we do every week.
Of the races.
Wait up one second. If this is your first time here, this is what we do every week. The only purpose, you see, I didn't even do the house cleaning that I usually do. The only purpose we have this show is to change the material conditions outside. To come here, have conversations on how we change the material conditions. What do I mean by material conditions? Rent, housing, police brutality, low wages, all the things that add up to how our reality is presented to us. Like why we have high blood pressure, why we are stressing, why no matter how hard you work, you cannot climb out of this class that we are in. We have discussions here on how to solve that. And chapter 16, Du Bois is talking about color prejudice. So let me put it on.
Section 47, color prejudice. Incidentally, throughout this study, the prejudice against the Negro has been again and again mentioned. It is time now to reduce this somewhat indefinite term to something tangible. Everybody speaks of the matter. Everybody knows that it exists. But in just what form it shows itself or how influential it is, few agree. In the Negro's mind, color prejudice in Philadelphia is that widespread feeling of dislike for his blood, which keeps him and his...
Like you just now, he just said, I mean, it's widespread, but it's like there's still a discussion if it's real. In other words, that's not enough jobs for everybody. These jobs don't pay. No matter what you do, how many jobs you have, it's almost impossible to afford living out here. It's all around us. But people keep going on as if it's not. Double consciousness. And then they will blame the person. They need another job. They're not working hard enough. It's their fault that what's going on to them is going on to them. That's what he's saying. That even though black people know the society to be the way it is, as racist as it is, everybody just walking around like it's nothing.
Children out of decent employment, from certain public conveniences and amusements, from hiring houses in many sections, and in general, from being recognized as a man. Negroes regard this prejudice as the chief cause of their present and unfortunate condition. On the other hand, most white people are quite unconscious of any such powerful and vindictive feeling. They regard color prejudice as the easily explicable feeling that intimate social intercourse with a lower race is not only undesirable, but impracticable if our present standards of culture are to be maintained. And although they are aware that some people feel that aversion more intensely than others, they cannot see how such a feeling has much influence on the real situation or alters the social condition of the mass of Negroes. As a matter of fact, color prejudice in the city is something between these two extreme views. It is not today responsible for all, or perhaps the greater part of the Negro problems, or of the disabilities under which the race labors. On the other hand, it is a far more powerful social force than most Philadelphians realize. The practical results of the attitude of most of the inhabitants of Philadelphia toward persons of Negro descent are as follows. As to getting work, no matter how well trained a Negro may be or how fitted for work of any kind, he cannot, in the ordinary course of competition, hope to be much more than a menial servant. He cannot get clerical or supervisory work to do save in exceptional cases. He cannot teach save in a few of the remaining Negro schools. He cannot become a mechanic except for small transient jobs and cannot join a trades union. A Negro woman who has but 3 careers open to her in the city, domestic service, sewing, or married life. As to keeping work, the Negro suffers in competition more severely than white men, has but 3 careers.
But even in that, like, if you just come in today, you haven't heard the other chapters where those same people that cannot get these jobs except for these jobs that's not going to pay enough to really do anything. Du Bois critique those same people. I'm talking about people like us. People like us. Du Bois critiqued us as if we're lazy, we don't work hard enough, we don't strive. That's the reason why we are in the condition that we are in. When you just listen to him tell you, because of our race in 1896, we could not partake in any of those jobs except for the ones that they had for us. And women, what? They had to do domestic work, they had to be wives and something else. This was all that was limited. That means there's a social construct deciding your reality every day. And it's not you that's the problem. It's a social construct that's strategically put in place to limit your advancement. That's why we say we are not free. Because those steel structures are still here today. You want me to name one for you? School. Our schools are the worst in the state, in the country, anywhere. The children can't read, they can't write. If you can't read, you can't write, you can't count. How are you going to be able to take care of yourself? You can't even comprehend. If you can't read, you have no reading comprehension. If all these things are put in place to stop you from the beginning of life, how can you blame yourself for what comes around or what happens in the future?
Open to her in the city. Domestic service.
Domestic service, sewing, or married life. In 1896, this is all that was really available to black women. These were the only jobs that you could do. While the men, they had their own thing, whatever. They could be like, they just got to be helpers too. But like this were the jobs open, so how can you blame a black woman or hold her accountable for her reality or the life she led in 1896 if this is all that was created for her or she was allowed to partake in, by and large?
Sewing or married life. As to keeping work, the Negro suffers in competition more severely than white men. Change in fashion is causing him to be replaced by whites in the better paid positions of domestic service. Whim and accident will cause him to lose a hard-earned place more quickly than the same things would affect a white man.
So whim and accident may cause him to lose everything. You know what that is today? When they lock you up. When the police come in the community and lock people up and throw them in jail, they have to wait to see a judge. Your job don't want to hear that. Your job don't want to hear like, yo, they came, they say my license was my license was suspended, and like I didn't even know my license was suspended, so I'm driving and the police pull me over, and one thing happened to the other. I'm sitting in a jail cell waiting to go to court. I'm not showing up at work. I didn't show up to get my kids from daycare, so now they probably got a charge on me for neglecting my children. Yo, everything stumbles down the line. This is what they're talking about. And they're saying, like, back then in 1896, yo, you getting sick, something happened to you, like you could lose your job. You have no job security. Yo, it's the same thing today. It's in different ways. It presents itself in a different way.
Being few in number compared with the whites, the crime or carelessness of a few of his race is easily imputed to all, and the reputation of the good, industrious, and reliable suffer thereby.
You hear that? That's right there. That's the class war. This is the class war. You see, them Negroes that live in the suburbs, them rich black people, the middle class black people, this is how they see our condition. Yo, why do you paint me with the same brush as them niggas in the hood? Why this picture look like, this Du Bois picture look like it's not even up there right. It like it's a little bit slanted. It's bugging me. Let me see. Oh, it's on there real hard. But anyway, let me bring it back. I forgot what I was even talking about. But I just saw that picture in the back and it just took my mind away. But where's like reputation of the good and the, oh yeah. I mean, like the middle class black people, the ones that's all lined up now, telling us, yo, go out here, we got to go vote for these people, we got to go vote for these politicians, we got to go vote for Ras Baraka to do all of this. Yo, they're blaming our conditions on us. If you ask Ras Baraka, he's going to tell you all the good that he has done. Despite the fact that every single person that was gentrified out of Newark, when he took office in 2012, all the people that were gentrified, that were displaced, all the homes that are lost, none of those homes are coming back. We are in the negative. All those people that were thrown into the streets, made homeless, none of those people are coming back. So what did you really do? And who did you do it for? Because those were Newark residents, lifelong Newark residents that were thrown into the streets. We have no idea where they are now, where they're living. But what the development that you brought development for who? Who's getting paid off the development? Who's living in those developments? What happened to the Newark people? They look at us as if we're nothing, we're cattle. This is how they view us. And they're upset. They're upset because white people cast them with the same brush as they cast us with. The same way they talk about us is how they talk about them, and they cannot stand that. So they will continue to blame us for our issues. They will say, because we don't use our money to go buy stuff, we buy sneakers, we buy Jordans. That's why we in the hell we catch it. That's why our children can't read in the schools. That's why we got 3-4 jobs to be able to pay rent. Because we buy Jordans. They'll say things like that. These people are sociopaths. There's no negotiating with people like this. There's no negotiating with the intellectual class, by and large, the professional class, by and large, the political class. There is no negotiating with these people because we're in a class war. And they're looking to get more, they're looking to get closer to Massa than with us. Anytime they use us, it's for them to get credibility, for us to support them, for them to get jobs closer to white supremacy. Yo, like Fred Hampton said, we're in a class struggle, goddammit.
Because Negro workmen may not often work side by side with white workmen, the individual black workman is rated not by his own efficiency, but by the efficiency of a whole group of black fellow workmen, which may often be low. Because of these difficulties, which virtually increase competition in his case, he is forced to pay lower wages for the same work than white workmen, as to entering new lines of work. Men are used to seeing Negroes in inferior positions. When therefore by any chance a Negro gets in a better position, most men immediately conclude that he is not fitted for it, even before he has a chance to show his fitness. If, therefore, he set up a store, men will not patronize him. If he is put into public position, men will complain. If he gain a position in the commercial world, men will quietly secure his dismissal or see that a white man succeeds him. As to his expenditure, the comparative smallness of the patronage of the Negro and the dislike of other customers makes it usual to increase the charges or difficulties in certain directions in which a Negro must spend money.
Ibrahim, you there? Can you talk? The comrade is he's in Turkey right now. I mean, Ibrahim, if you could.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay,
Can you hear me?
I can hear you clearly. I can hear you real clear. Can you hear what's going on? Can you hear the audio?
I just started listening, like on my walk over to this cafe. I was in a museum when I first started.
Oh, but you know
So
what?
I can hear the audio.
Where you right now? What you doing right now?
At a cafe, just chilling.
All power to the people. I mean, but we're going to talk about the experiences in a little bit. But I want you to listen to what they're saying. I'm gonna bring you back in a few seconds for you to chime in on what he's saying.
Okay.
He must pay more house rent for worse houses than most white people pay. He is sometimes liable to insult or reluctant service in some restaurants, hotels, and stores, at public resorts, theaters and places of recreation, and at nearly all barbershops. As to his children, the Negro finds it extremely difficult to rear children in such an atmosphere and not have them either cringing or impudent. If he impresses upon them patience with their lot, they may grow up satisfied with their condition. If he inspires them with ambition to rise, they may grow to despise their own people, hate the whites, and become embittered with the world. His children are discriminated against, often in public schools. They are advised, when seeking employment, to become waiters and maids. They are liable to species of insult and temptation, peculiarly trying to children. As to social intercourse, in all walks of life, the Negro is liable to meet some objection to his presence or some discourteous treatment, and the ties of friendship or memory seldom are strong enough to hold across the color line. If an invitation is issued to the public for any occasion, the Negro can never know whether he would be welcomed or not. If he goes, he is liable to have his feelings hurt and get into unpleasant altercation. If he stays away, he is blamed for indifference. If he meet a lifelong white friend on the street, he is in a dilemma. If he does not greet the friend, he is put down as boorish and impolite. If he does greet the friend, he is liable to be flatly snubbed. If by chance he is introduced to a white woman or man, he expects to be ignored on the next meeting, and usually is. White friends may call on him, but he is scarcely expected to call on them, save for strictly business matters. If he gain the affections of a white woman and marry her, he may invariably expect that slurs will be thrown on her reputation and on his, and that both his and her race will shun their company. When he dies, he cannot be buried beside white corpses.
Yeah, but do you see the ideology here? Do you see the ideology of W.E.B. Du Bois? Assimilation, trying to be with these people, the same people that he just said won't allow us to get certain jobs, won't allow us to be certain places, that have created the society that has made us second-class citizens. Their goal is to live with these people. It is not to build your own society. It is not to build your own institutions. Their purpose in life is to be buried with them. It's to marry them. That was his purpose back then. That was the idea of the black managerial class, to assimilate into this society, this system that did not want you. So in one breath, he's telling you how the society has been created to keep us out of all these jobs and ways to be able to take care of ourselves. He's telling you that in one breath. And then the next breath is telling you that they won't allow us to do this. They won't allow us to do this. So our main purpose is to try to live with these people, rather than building your own institutions to take care of your people. That is the two paths. Those are the only two paths that we have. It's either we take care of ourselves and we control our destiny, or we marry ourselves to their ideology and their way of constructing society. That's our option. And they're telling you, Du Bois and all these intellectuals, we're telling you in 1896, our best bet was to align ourselves with these imperialists, with these capitalists. And back then, remember, they were coming at it from a race standpoint. I don't even know if they were smart enough to know that it really didn't have anything to do about race. It was capitalism. They were really using these people to capitalize on them for them to become wealthy. I think they probably knew that. I'm sure people like Du Bois probably knew that. But this is what they're saying. When he dies, he cannot be buried beside white corpses. Why would I want to be buried beside anybody? A white corpse? Why do I want to be buried in the same cemetery? Why do we need to be buried in the same cemetery? But this is the fight that they have people fighting, going to go try to live with these people, live in their communities, instead of fixing up your own communities, fixing up your own society, liberating yourself, rather than going to beg these people to liberate you.
The results. Any one of these things happening now and then would not be remarkable or call for a special comment. But when one group of people suffer all these little differences of treatment and discrimination and insults continually, the result is either discouragement or bitterness or oversensitiveness or recklessness. And the people feeling thus cannot do their best. Presumably, the first impulse of the average Philadelphian would be emphatically to deny any such marked and blighting discrimination as the above against a group of citizens in this metropolis. Everyone knows that in the past, color prejudice in the city was deep and passionate. Living men can remember when a Negro could not sit in a streetcar or walk many streets in peace. These times, however, have passed. However, and many imagine that active discrimination against the Negro has passed with them. Careful inquiry will convince any such one of his error.
Yeah, all these years. We're in 2026. 2026. This is 1896. If you really don't, try to put that in your mind. He's talking about, these times are gone. People are saying these times are gone when black people they could sit in their car. How many times we've seen them walk up and kill people in their car? Wale Bey was sitting in his car in January, Martin Luther King's birthday, when the police came and shot and killed them in Newark, New Jersey. The same issues still persist. Even till today. If you're walking outside with a white woman, or white man, or if it's the other way around, society still frowns on that. They still look at it like there's a problem with it. Because inherently, there is a problem with it. If we are the second-class citizens, what are you doing being married to people that are supposed to be the first-class citizens? How are you pro anything if this is how you're moving? I still look at that weird. Because nothing has really changed. There is still racism. Racism is still here. It ain't going nowhere. How do you expect to lead me if you running around here talking about you're going to marry into the race of people that's oppressing us? How you leading me? You don't even understand about maintaining our lives, our culture, our people. You don't understand that. If you don't understand that, how are you going to lead me? But he's saying in 1896 that it was going away. We here now to look back and tell Du Bois it never went away. Imperialism maintained racism because it is a fuel that keep us distracted while they continue to exploit all of us. They're not getting rid of racism. You must have a segment of the society here that you can exploit. And our scarlet letter is our hue. Our skin color is what they can use to separate us from everybody else. I think Ethan Frome wrote that book, The Scarlet Letter. It's been a while. But the Scarlet Letter was like a letter that they put on people to mark people. Our scarlet letter is our hue, is our skin color. This is what they use to maintain their prejudices today, to maintain imperialism, which was going on then. But these leaders, these so-called leaders, was telling us it was because of our skin. And if we were just nice at the white folks, if we were just nice to white people, we were going to be okay. How did that turn out? They even got the right to vote. We can't even be mechanics now. You could be a doctor now. Has the racism gone away? Has our condition changed? Has anything changed in our communities? No. Because the problem wasn't the color of our skin. That wasn't the problem. The problem was a class. It's capitalism. You have to capitalize on somebody. So if they don't capitalize on us, who are they going to capitalize on? White people? Then if they capitalize on white people, then white people going to try to turn their system over. It's a lot more white people than black people. So they got to make a deal with white people. You're going to get these privileges so we can abuse all these people that we're going to capitalize on. But then, like later on, we're gonna listen to Fanon say that the mistake that white people make, that these Uncle Toms and sellouts make, is at the end of the day, the settler, the capitalist, the imperialist is only dealing with you because they can extract and take resources from there. Once they're unable to take resources and take from the people, they have no reason to even deal with you. Which is why now, today, white people are getting treated just like black people. They have pockets of America that are poorer than Newark. And they're white. Because it's really not about race. It's about imperialism, capitalism. Capitalism is cannibalistic. It's going to eat at everyone. And when I come back to you, Ibrahim, I don't know, you've been there for a couple of days. Like, how do you see the class dynamic there? That's what I'm gonna ask you when I come back to you in a few minutes. You heard me? Just shake your head if you heard me. Got you. Yeah, and keep your camera on too while you're walking around. Let people see Turkey, man. Some of us ain't never gonna get to go to Turkey.
To be sure, a colored man today can walk the streets of Philadelphia without personal insult. He can go to theaters, parks, and some places of amusement without meeting more than stares and discourtesy. He can be accommodated at most hotels and restaurants, although his treatment in some would not be pleasant. All this is a vast advance and augurs much for the future.
If you could find somebody and ask them if they know about the Black Panther Party, if you could get any political conversation, we would love to interview somebody from Turkey. You heard me, Ibrahim?
It's like 15 million people here.
Anybody?
And it's just like the hustle, but I'm saying it's the hustle because I tried to have a conversation. These people that say yes, as long as they think you're gonna give them some money, right? And many of them that's here don't speak English unless they work in the tourist area. Because I've been having kind of conversations with them, but capitalism got these people in the stronghold, right? It's like you making money or you sleeping.
All power to the people. All power. I'll be back in a little bit. I'll bring it back to you in a second.
And yet all said of the remaining discrimination.
Chairman, you're frozen.
During an investigation of 1896.
Yo, we back on? They back on?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. I don't know what happened. I have no idea what happened. I'm gonna keep
the Philadelphia Negro, Tap Pleasant. All this is a vast advance and augurs much for the future. And yet all that has been said of the remaining discrimination is but too true. During an investigation of 1896, there was collected a number of actual cases which may illustrate the discriminations spoken of. So far as possible, these have been sifted, and only those which seem undoubtedly true have been selected. As to getting work, it is hardly necessary to dwell upon the situation of the Negro in regard to work in the higher walks of life. The white boy may start in the lawyer's office and work himself into a lucrative practice. He may serve a position as office boy or enter a hospital in a minor position and have his talent alone between him and affluence and fame. If he is bright in school, he make his mark in a university, become a tutor with some time and much inspiration for study, and eventually fill a professor's chair. All these careers are at the very outset closed to the Negro on account of his color. What lawyer would give even a minor case to a Negro assistant? Or what university would appoint a promising young Negro as tutor? Thus, the young white man starts in life knowing that within some limits and barring accidents, talent and application will tell. The young Negro starts knowing that on all sides, his advance is made doubly difficult, if not wholly shut off by his color.
And that's what we debating here. That's what we arguing. In 1896, Du Bois was saying all these things was limited to us because of our color. And I'm saying I disagree with Du Bois. I disagree with him, whether he knew it then or because I've had the time for me to be able to look at it, look back in history, look at the data and see it for myself. Our issue is a class one. It's imperialism. It's imperialism. It's capitalism. Because after all of this, we had a black president. Obama was a dream, was what Du Bois would have been looking for. We had a black president, but our condition as black people in this country was worse than ever before. So they got to the zenith of what they were trying to fight for, because they were saying our condition was based off color prejudice. And even Du Bois coined the term, the color line. And now we look back. We look back now and we see our politicians are black, our doctors are black, the police black, the president black, our congresspeople black, everybody black, bliggity black, black, black. And we're still suffering the same conditions, which means the analysis was wrong. Our problem is imperialism, capitalism. That is what the issue is. And if we want to change our conditions, we must build institutions that are going to protect us from these imperialist schools that have failed us. We must erect our own institutions and fund them to take care of us. We can do it in our communities. We can pull our resources together. In the 1800s, if they could put their money together in the town, they provide a school for them to read, to teach them how to read. Why we can't do it in 2026? It's because we are not following that path. The only path we're following is that of going to beg our oppressors to put things in place to liberate us. That sounds so crazy.
However, to ordinary occupations which concern more nearly the mass of Negroes. Philadelphia is a great industrial and business center with thousands of foremen, managers, and clerks, the lieutenants of industry who direct its progress. They are paid for thinking and for skill to direct, and naturally such positions are coveted because they are well paid, well thought of, and carry some authority. To such positions, Negro boys and girls may not aspire no matter what their qualifications. Even as teachers and ordinary clerks and stenographers, they find almost no openings. Let us note some actual instances. A young woman who graduated with credit from the Girls' Normal School in 1892 has taught in the kindergarten, acted as substitute, and waited in vain for a permanent position.
All right, so for the rest of the chapter, like a few more minutes left. He's going to start explaining to you how many people had all the credentials, but, excuse me, when they went to get the job, they couldn't get it because of the color of their skin. So that's what he's gonna go on to tell you. Hey, look, all of that, everything that he said there was to show you why I can't hear. I'm go out and come back in. Can anybody else hear me? Yolanda said she couldn't hear. I'm gonna wait for you, Yolanda.
I can hear you, Chairman.
All power to the people. All power. You got anybody for us to interview, Ibrahim?
There was this young merchant that jumped out on me talking about, spend some money with me, brother. So I'm going to go and see if he'll do it. He's a little up the street.
Yeah, when you get to him, just come back on. I mean, but everything that we listened to from the start of the show, Yolanda, you back? Can you hear me, Yolanda? You could just say something, Yolanda, if you could hear me. I know you had to step out because you couldn't hear. Or you could put it in the group chat. It don't matter. But when you find the merchant, just jump right in. So everything.
Yes, I can hear.
Okay, that's what's up. How you doing, Yolanda?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Outstanding. Yo, thank you for pulling up, yo. But so now I'm about to go to Franz Fanon from Wretched of the Earth. It's not as long as what we just listened to. But that was Du Bois in 1896. I think Wretched of the Earth was written in what year? What year was it written? I think it's 50-something, 54, something like that. But I need to be accurate. I don't want to just throw it out there. Wretched of the Earth. Let me see. Wretched of the Earth. Wretched of the Earth. 1961. Wretched of the Earth, written by Fanon in 1961. But he's going to talk about the same thing, but from a different perspective. From a totally different perspective. Where you was listening to Du Bois, and Du Bois was saying it's a color line. As long as like we could get this people to recognize our humanity, like we could be cool. Let's see what Fanon said.
The zone where the natives live is not.
All right, so right here he's describing. Okay, so the Wretched of the Earth is Fanon. Fanon was a psychologist that grew up in France, but he was Algerian. I think he's from Martinique. He's from anyway, he was from Africa. He was black, but he grew up in France, and after he graduated with his psychology degree and all that, they sent him to Algeria for him to go over there to help colonize the people there. He was there to work with the soldiers and stuff, and when he got there, he became revolutionary, and he wrote a book explaining on how we can liberate ourselves. And right here in this part right here, he's telling us how the natives in all these lands that they go to colonize, like the landlords, the corporations coming to Newark, we would be the natives. I mean, and the corporations come in and the investments they make, all the stuff that they get that has nothing to do with us. So he's talking about where the natives lived at that time and where the settlers lived. I want you to listen and see if it sounds like where we live at and how we live today.
The zone where the natives live is not complementary to the zone inhabited by the settlers. The two zones are opposed, but not in the service of a higher unity. Obedient to the rules of pure Aristotelian logic, they both follow the principle of reciprocal exclusivity.
Ibrahim, cut in whenever you get a chance. Whenever you want to, you can cut in.
No conciliation is possible, for of the two terms, one is superfluous. The settler's town is a strongly built town, all made of stone and steel. It is a brightly lit town. The streets are covered with asphalt, and the garbage cans swallow all the leavings, unseen, unknown, and hardly thought about. The settler's feet are never visible except perhaps in the sea, but there you're never close enough to see them. His feet are protected by strong shoes, although the streets of his town are clean and even, with no holes or stones. The settler's town is a well-fed town, an easy-going town. Its belly is always full of good things. The settler's town is a town of white people, of foreigners. The town belonging to the colonized people, or at least the native town, the N-word village, the Medina, the reservation, is a place of ill fame, peopled by men of evil repute. They are born there, it matters little where or how. They die there, it matters not where nor how. It is a world without spaciousness. Men live there on top of each other, and their huts are built one on top of the other. The native town is a hungry town, starved of bread, of meat, of shoes, of coal, of light. The native town is a crouching village, a town on its knees, a town wallowing in mire. It is a town of N-words and dirty Arabs. The look that the native turns on the settler's town is a look of lust, a look of envy. It expresses his dreams of possession, all manner of...
Now let me stop right there. Yeah, but did you hear what he just said? That this was like the Algerian War was in 1954 to I think 62, and he was there covering it, working there as a psychologist, and he was explaining how the natives lived, how the streets, how the garbage, how everything looked where the native lived at, how they lived on top of each other. That don't sound like us right now. That don't sound like the way we live it. And he's talking about in the settlers' town, how the floors, is paved, like driving north. I mean, you almost swallow your tongue in one of these potholes. And he's explaining how their streets is paved. Even though their streets is paved, they got enough money to buy shoes. Because back then, the natives couldn't afford shoes. They walked around with no shoes on. But these people could afford shoes. And even when they, like, you couldn't see their feet, even when they went swimming, because you really couldn't go swimming with them. Now it's done through class. Where these people go, we can't go. We cannot afford to go. Yo, I've been doing it for a minute. We've been doing it for a minute. Yo, after work, we go home. Sleep, rest, and start again. Yo, we don't have time to be going all these places, go to all these fancy restaurants. You can't afford it. Yo, a friend of mine told me he went to the Foxtrot. He went to the Foxtrot. He had to pay like $16 or something for a drink. He like, after he drank that one drink, he left. He ain't go back. Like, we can, and the Foxtrot is in the hood. But that's what he's explaining in 61, whatever he wrote the book. He's explaining the conditions. And he's going to go into how you deal with this. Let me let him finish this little quick part real quick.
Possession. To sit at the settler's table, to sleep in the settler's bed with his wife, if possible.
He said that's what the natives wanted. They were envious of the settlers. Like you say, like the people that live in Newark are envious of, let's say what, like the celebrities, Jay-Z. They want to be like them. They want to sleep with their wives, with their fake body parts and all kinds of stuff. Like, this is the stuff that they want to be. Like, they want to aspire to. And he's saying the settlers knew that. The settlers knew you wanted to be like them. So strategically, they will use you against your own people by giving you a few things, by giving you a job, giving you a couple of dollars here and there. And they will use you to go against your own people. This is what Frantz Fanon is saying. First he started off, right? As soon as I opened the door, because this is chapter 1 of Wretched of the Earth. And Wretched of the Earth is violence. And he's telling you right from the beginning, the settlers are coming with violence. Violence in housing, violence in how you live, violence in who gets what job, everything. Who you married to, who you're able to be around. It's violence. It is, it's not just when they pick up the gun and start shooting people. That's not when the violence starts. The violence starts right from the onset.
The colonized man is an envious man, and this the settler knows very well. When their glances meet, he ascertains bitterly, always on the defensive, quote, "They want to take our place," unquote.
And there's a song like that. They want to take our place all the time. They want to take our place. They what? Backstabbers. They backstabbers. That's what our entertainers do. They turn it into music, and they make us, like, see, that's why I don't like celebrities. They make us our own enemies. They call it backstabbers.
It is true, for there is no native who does not dream at least once a day of setting himself up in the settler's place. This world divided into compartments, this world cut in two, is inhabited by two different species. The originality...
Two different species. This world is cut in two. I remember I told you it's two paths you can take. It's two different species. It's liberation or trying to live with these people. That's where we are at. It's two different species. You can negotiate with them. You can sit down with a Ras Baraka or people in this administration, people that work for them. You can sit there and talk to them logically about anything because they have the reason for doing what they're doing. And that's to make money, to put money in their bank accounts. They're not listening to what you're saying because it's going to infringe on them putting money in their bank account. Or maintaining the relationships they have with people that put money in their bank account. So it's not like y'all have a disagreement on something. Y'all two different species from two different universes trying to speak, trying to come to terms, talking about unity without conformity. How can we unite if we're not conform, fool? Like, that makes absolutely no sense. Unity without conformity. So, like, I should unite with you even though you're displacing us. Even though we can't afford food to eat, I should unite with you. Something's wrong with you. You should, just for saying that alone, something should happen to you. Just for standing in front of my face and saying unity without conformity. That makes me know you a traitor. But from the beginning, Fernand is explaining to you where we live at, our conditions. He's going to go on next. Let me see.
To its existence, the settler owes the fact of his very existence, that is to say, his property, to the colonial system.
This Ras Baraka, Rahman Muhammad, Al-Tariq Kenny, all these people that work for Ras Baraka, that work in the administration, do wrong, right, Kelly, whatever his name is. All these people, what's his name? The one that died, his son sitting up there. What's his name? What's his name, General Secretary? Her son.
It's Crump, Mildred Crump. It's
Mildred Trump's son. All of these people, they hold their allegiance to Ras Baraka. There is no talking to these people. There is no reasoning with them. Everything they have is because the association, the Ras Baraka, this administration, and the imperialists and the slumlords that they work with, the developers, this is who they're tied to. This is who they owe their existence to. And anything that infringes on that, they don't want to hear. So you cannot negotiate with them. We cannot have conformity. Because I'm not okay with denties coming in and towing, crossing guards, women cars, and refusing to release them. And then taxing them, making them pay $250 for that car to come down. That's illegal. You're not even supposed to pay that much. You're supposed to pay $70, $80 for them to drop your car. But since the politicians are in bed with the corporations, this is what they do to people in the community. So what do we do as people in the community? Do we just sit there and watch? Or do we take over our communities? Do we protect our elders? Do we protect our sisters, our women, our children, our brothers and sisters? Or do we just sit there and watch them steal from them? That's the question you must ask yourself. And wherever you fall out in that question, it tells you what path, what species you belong to.
Decolonization never takes place unnoticed, for it influences individuals and modifies them fundamentally.
It never goes unnoticed. It influences people. Who you are, by and large, who you are is determined by the social construct that they have put in place. You went to the schools. You drank the water. They be like, yo, why Africa so hyper? I've been drinking lead water my whole life. I've been taking in this chemicals, this what they call it, man, pollution. I've been taking all of this in New Jersey, getting the worst education, eating the worst foods. All of this has been part of who I am, and I can differentiate myself from that.
So I guarantee you, if you take my blood level, you will see I have lead in my blood. Because it's in the water that they put in there for me to drink. No, because we all think we're free. If you looked in my brain before I started reading books like this, until I started re-educating myself, if you looked in my brain, you found the garbage that they put in there. Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves. 4th of July, because black people are free. Independence Day, we are independent. Juneteenth, all that goofy stuff will be in my mind. Celebrating celebrities. Because you cannot escape the rape, man. You can't.
Transforms spectators crushed with their inessentiality into privileged actors with the grip.
And that part right there, spectators will be transformed. That's why we do the videos. That's why we shoot the videos. We record everything. Because it's not just happening to you. And once people start to see it and understand it's not just happening to them, that there's something you can do about it, that's when change comes about. That's when people start to get angry and demand for accountability. When they start to see like, yo, my rent shouldn't be this much. Why is the landlord allowed to raise my rent every year? Who did that? This is not how it really supposed to be. When people start understanding our lives, it's not supposed to be like this. Because they don't know. They grew up in this their whole lives. So they think this is the norm. So we must highlight the contradiction to the people. We must record the police coming down, ticketing your car, and towing it for street cleaning in one neighborhood, and then in another neighborhood, they could double park all over the place. Ain't nobody coming to tow their cars. This is the reality we're dealing with in Newark, New Jersey. Predatory democracy. And we're listening to Fanon explain it so eloquently.
Grandiose glare of history's floodlights upon them. It brings a natural rhythm into existence, introduced by new men, and with it a new language and a new humanity. Decolonization is the veritable creation of new men. But this creation owes nothing of its legitimacy to any supernatural power. The quote-unquote thing which has been colonized becomes man during the same process by which it frees itself. In decolonization, there is therefore the need of a complete calling in question of the colonial situation. If we wish to describe it precisely, we might find it in the well-known words, quote, "The last shall be first and the first last," unquote. Decolonization is the putting into practice of this set.
Right there. Once you start to see it, once you start to see everything that they're doing and you understand it's not just you, it's systemic. It is not just color prejudice. It is systemic. It's not prejudice once it's systemic. That means it's the government, the state, that people are coming together to do this. They're putting laws in place to make it happen. Once you understand all of that, then you will understand the last must be first and the first must be last. You will come to accept that inside of you. Like, we must defeat these people. But if you keep listening to people that's telling you, all you got to go down there is pull a lever. All you got to do down and go vote for somebody. All you got to do go march, go walk. Or that's all you got to do. You keep listening to those people, you're never going to say no. The people that I'm going to go pull the lever for, I'm supposed to be in front of them. The last must be first and the first must be last. You're doing battle with a different species of people. When you realize that you can fight these people back and there's a different option, he said the floodlights of history will be shown upon these people. When people talk about the Haitian Revolution, it wasn't Toussaint Louverture. There was the masses of the people that you may never know that understood we couldn't be slaves no more. When you hear about Nat Turner, you hear about all these different people, Denmark Vesey, people that fought back. The people understand, the people that's inside that revolution, the Cuban people, the Chinese people, the Vietnamese people. These sociopaths have been defeated before. These Epstein class of people have been defeated before. It can be done. But first, the people must understand and know it can be done. They must know what they're seeing. And for now, say, once the people know, once the people understand, and they're ready to fight back, they understand that the last must be first and the first must be last. So who is the first right now? The landlord class, the corporations, the politicians. These are all the people that are first. While we're suffering to pay rent, paying $2,500 in the ghetto for rent. How is that even possible? We doing it because they wrote laws and made policies to make it so.
In capitalist societies, the educational system, whether...
This is deep right here. And I really need you to really pay attention to this right. If you're here right now, I need you to pay attention. Because most people can't see it. Everybody know we brainwashed, but we all really can't understand why. Fanon is about to explain this to you in 1961. He's about to explain to you how that is so. How we are all brainwashed, but we really don't know what's going on.
In capitalist societies, the educational system, whether lay or clerical, the structure of moral reflexes handed down from father to son, the exemplary honesty of workers who are given a medal after 50 years of good and...
Now, let me pause that. Moral reflexes handed down from father to son, because in prior generations, your survival, how you survive in this world was handed down from father to son. How you fish, how you hunt, how you do all these things, how you survive. Like even animals. Animals give these to their offsprings to teach them how to survive. All of that has changed. And they've learned how to systemically do it through their institutions. Institutions like what? Schools. So since I said that, I'm going to bring it back. Listen to it from that concept. I'm not turning it off no more. I'm going to just let this spit out like a minute long. I'm going to let him go like the whole minute. Listen to it.
Societies, the educational system, whether lay or clerical, the structure of moral reflexes handed down from father to son, the exemplary honesty of workers who are given a medal after 50 years of good and loyal service, and the affection which springs from harmonious relations and good behavior, all these aesthetic expressions of respect for the established order serve to create around the exploited person an atmosphere of submission and of inhibition, which lightens the task of policing considerably. In the capitalist countries, a multitude of moral teachers, counselors, and, quote, bewilderers, unquote, separate the exploited from those in power. In the colonial countries, on the contrary, the policeman and the soldier, by their immediate presence and their frequent and direct action, maintain contact with the native and advise him by means of rifle butts and napalm not to budge. It is obvious here that the agents of government speak the language of pure force. The intermediary does not lighten the oppression nor seek to hide the domination. He shows them up and puts them into practice with the clear conscience of an upholder of the peace. Yet he is the bringer.
Yo, it's right there. Yo, the schools, all these things that they put in here, like the schools that's not teaching our children, all these institutions are here to make us submit. Because if you believe this is how it's supposed to be, why are you going to fight back? How are you going to revolt? If the schools, your teachers, the media, everybody, celebrities, everybody's telling you this is what it's supposed to be, you're not going to rebel back. All this stuff add up. Even the churches that they put, all this stuff they put in the community is to get you to submit, which lighten the task for policing. Now they don't have to spend all that time trying to get the police to be everywhere, because they got you through your mind. This is not what I'm saying. This is Frantz Fanon. Which one of you want to go argue with Frantz Fanon? Every revolutionary on the planet has Frantz Fanon in their pocket. This is who they study. I'm bringing it to you, to the lay, the person that doesn't study these things. And he's telling you from the school system. So you're in there saying, I'm going to sit on the school board. What are you going to do on the school board? They created that system to be able to control the people. You want to go on the school board and tell them to make it revolutionary? How do you think that's going to turn out? No. You see, but when you don't understand, when you think all these institutions, edifices are here for a different reason, when you're a political idiot. That's what it's called. That's a scientific term. I ain't make it up. If you don't understand what all these institutions are in place for, but you're politically aware, whatever, you're a political idiot. Because you really don't understand what these institutions are here for. But once you understand it, because this is not where I'm just talking and like I don't have no solutions, we don't have no solutions. Once you understand that the school board and all these things are here to make us submit, we build our own school board. Like, I wish I could just drop this stuff like they be doing on TikTok. They be holding up the meat, and then like the bones fall off, and they just drop it like, ah. Yo, we could build our own school board. We don't need them. We don't need City Hall to build our own school board. All we need is us. We could build our own city council meetings. We don't need them. We have them. We just got to be organized. We got to meet, talk, and put these things in place. Yo, we could have the homes. We could own the homes in our community. We just got to be organized. Come together, bring our resources together. We could provide food for each other. We just got to be organized away from their system. Remember, two different species. One side is going one way, it's working for master. The other one is trying to build our own stuff. You can't build your own inside of their own. And you must accept that. And that's what Franz Fanon said. You must accept that. Almost done. Got a few more.
In capitalist society, no vocabulary. General de Gaulle speaks of, quote, the yellow multitudes, unquote, and François Mauriac of the black, brown, and yellow masses which soon will be unleashed. The native knows all this and laughs to himself every time he spots an allusion to the animal world in the other's words.
And now he's talking about, see, because it's a process. Yo, where we at right now, the part of the process that we at right now, yo, they've made us submit to this society, to this system, as if this is the only way it can be. That's where we are at. Where he's reading right now is once we understand that these schools are not here to educate us. And we accept it. And we're not trying to go work and build their schools. Once we accept that the police are not here to protect us, that the slumlords are not here for our benefit, that the political system that they have in place is here to get us to submit. Once we accept all of that to be reality, then we get to the place where he's about to talk about. Where somebody come up and ask you, yo, are you going to vote for Hillary Clinton or something like that? Like, it make you so hard, so upset that you sharpen up your knife and you get ready for war. Somebody come and ask you, are you taking your baby to one of these public schools? And it makes you upset, your blood pressure go up. That's what he's about to talk about. When we start to turn away from their institutions, when we start to turn away from their culture, celebrating Easter and all this goofy stuff. Why you celebrate? What is Easter? How you celebrating 4th of July? You're not free. How you celebrating Juneteenth? You're not free. What is the reason behind it? When you start to ask those questions and you're sincere about the answers that you get, that's when you get to this part right here.
For he knows that he is not an animal, and it is precisely at the moment he realizes his humanity that he begins to sharpen the weapons with which he will secure its victory. As soon as the native begins to pull on his moorings and to cause anxiety to the settler, he is handed over to well-meaning souls who, in cultural congresses, point out to him the specificity and wealth of Western values.
As soon as we start to rebel, as soon as we say, like, this is not, we don't want this, like all around the country when people were rebelling about George Floyd, they bring out the middle-class managerial Uncle Toms to come and tell them, yo, we got to go fight for a George Floyd bill. We specific, how we put it, let me get back to how Fanon put it.
Congresses point out to him the specificity and wealth of Western values.
The specificity and wealth of Western values. You see, that's what this Uncle Toms and sellouts, they do. When the people are ready to rebel, they're going to come out. Like they're all in Alabama right now, or yesterday, marching on the Edwin Pettus Bridge or whatever. Something they've been doing since the 60s, getting clubbed upside the head. they're still marching. And who are the people that's leading those marches? The Al Sharptons of the world. People that have become millionaires from making money off our suffering while building no institutions that liberate the people. Specifics. Whoa, I got to bring it back. I like how you say that. Say it again. Specifics. Bring it back.
The specificity and wealth of Western values. But every time Western values are mentioned, they produce in the native a sort of stiffening or muscular lockjaw. During the period of decolonization, the native's reason is appealed to. He is offered definite values. He is told...
Go ahead. My bad. I didn't see your hand. Go ahead.
Now, just piggybacking off the examples you gave, that George Floyd statue that is over there in front of City Hall, I get so angry every time I see it because you have that statue up there. You went to the Trump government to beg them to take your police department off the consent decree. The reason why they were placed on the consent decree, because for decades they've been abusing, harassing, and murdering York residents. So you go up there at the end of last year to beg them to take them off consent decree, and then boom, in January they murder Waleed Bey. And you got George Floyd statue sitting up there that was supposed to only be there for a year, that you done paid I don't know how much for, and it's still sitting up there in a damn tank top. It just makes my blood boil.
All power to the people. It should be Waleed Bey up there. They should have a statue of Waleed Bey up there with the police officer getting in position to shoot him. That's what we should have up there to remind us, to get those reflexes up when they start talking about the police, how we should feel about the police. It should definitely be a statue of Waleed Bey up there. Not that it's a problem with George Floyd. George Floyd was murdered in Newark, New Jersey. We have our own martyrs in Newark, New Jersey. With the Dorseys, I forgot. Carl Dorsey. Carl Dorsey.
Also those that haven't died, the Fizzy Rodwell brothers, countless of others.
Countless
you
of
yourself,
others.
me myself.
All of us should be up here. I mean, that's what we should be showing. But what? But what did the people that you go vote for? That no, and the people don't vote. Yo, this is not your fault. I am not blaming the people. The people in Newark, New Jersey do not vote. The only people that vote, that participate in this sham, is the people that work for City Hall, the people that got jobs, and their relatives. Outside of that, the overwhelming majority of people in the society know the system does not do anything for them. So they don't even participate. Yo, the school board election came. It was 2.9 people that voted. 2.9 people in the community that voted. Because there's what? What's the term I said the other day? Like, damn, like the people don't have no confidence. It's a no confidence vote in the government. Only 2.9 people show up to vote in the school elections. And then the elections for the mayor, the city elections. Only 5% of people come out to vote. That is a no confidence. I didn't say 10, 15, 20, 30. I didn't say 40% of the people voted. I say 2.9 and 5%. Why? Because the politicians go to the federal government and do things like tell the government not to investigate the police that's torturing them, that's terrorizing them. That's what the politicians go and do once they're in that office. None of it has anything to do with the people.
Frequently that decolonization need not mean regression, and that he must put his trust in qualities which are well tried, solid, and highly esteemed. But it so happens that when the native hears a speech about Western culture, he pulls out his knife, or at least he makes sure is within reach. The violence with which the supremacy of white values is affirmed, and the aggressiveness which has permeated the victory of these values over the ways of life and of thought of the native mean that, in revenge, the native laughs in mockery when Western values are mentioned in front of him. In the colonial context, the settler only ends his work of breaking in the native when the latter admits loudly and intelligibly the supremacy of the white man's values. In the period of decolonization, the colonized masses mock at these very values, insult them, and vomit them up.
Insult them and vomit them up. We are not at that stage where we are laughing at their culture. What is their culture? Individualism, greed, materialism. That is imperialist culture. That is capitalist culture, not just white culture. That is their culture. Greed, individualism, theft, lying, exploitation. When somebody comes and tells you to be part of that system, you start to sharpen your knife. You're ready to revolt, because you know all those systems, all they do in the end is exploit your own people, exploit your own family, exploit you in the end. So you get angry. Like when he's talking about violence, when they came to my door to arrest me for an harassment charge with guns, bulldozers, shields, when they showed up to my door, that's violence. That's what Fanon is talking about. That's violence. From the offset, they're coming with violence.
This phenomenon is ordinarily masked because during the period of decolonization, certain colonized intellectuals have begun a dialogue with the bourgeoisie of the colonialist country. During this phase, the indigenous population is discerned only as an indistinct mass. The few native personalities whom the colonialist bourgeoisie have come to know here and there have not sufficient influence on that immediate discernment to give rise to nuances.
So, right here, he's talking about when we start to feel this way, we're ready to revolt. You know what they do? They're going to call in the Ras Barakas of the world. They're going to call in the Deborah Smith Gregory's of the world. They're going to call in the Larry Hams of this world. These are the people that have influence in our community. They will call them in and they will tell them to tell us to go march and to go vote. That's what he's telling you right here. When we start talking about decolonization, taking our communities back, they're going to call these people in and they're going to tell these people to come tell us to be good Negroes, that we don't want to decolonize. This is better for us. This system is better. We can make reform.
Vocabulary. General de Gaulle speaks of the colonized masses mock at these very values, insult them, and vomit them up. This phenomenon is ordinarily masked because during the period of decolonization, certain colonized intellectuals have begun a dialogue with the bourgeoisie of the colonialist country. During this phase, the indigenous population is discerned only as an indistinct mass. The few native personalities whom the colonialist bourgeoisie have come to know here and there have not sufficient influence on that immediate discernment to give rise to nuances. On the other hand, during the period of liberation, the colonialist bourgeoisie looks feverishly for contacts with the elite, and is with these elite that the familiar dialogue concerning values is carried on. The colonialist bourgeoisie, which realizes that it is impossible for it to maintain its domination over the colonial countries, decides to carry out a rearguard action with regard to culture, values, techniques, and so on. Now what we must never...
So when they see like they can defeat us, they come up with a rearguard strategy where they go to our culture, like hip-hop, the movies. They use our leaders to be able to tell us to accept what they're doing to us. This was in 1961 that they wrote this book. Who do they use now? They use the basketball players. They use the rappers. They use the singers, Beyonce. Yo, Meg Thee Stallion was twerking. Hey, what's her name campaign? What's her name? Kamala Harris. They use all these people to try to get us to buy into this system that's exploiting us. That's what Fanon is explaining.
Forget is that the immense majority of colonized peoples is oblivious to these problems. For a colonized people, the most essential value, because the most concrete, is first and foremost the land which will bring them bread and above all dignity.
And as a people, the masses of people outside your window in Newark, wherever you're at, the masses of the people are oblivious to all the strategic ways in which they're doing this, like the schools, all of this. They're oblivious. That's what it's explaining right there. All they care about is paying rent. All they care about is the land, because the land enables them to pay rent back then, enables them to live. That's what their mind is only focused on. That's what it's explaining. He said the majority of the people don't even know what's going on. All they really care about is them paying rent, like food, surviving.
Bread and above all dignity. But this dignity has nothing to do with the dignity of the human individual, for that human individual has never heard tell of it. All that the native has seen in his country is that they can freely arrest him, beat him, starve him, and no professor of ethics, no priest has ever come to be beaten in his place, nor to share their bread with him. As far as the native is concerned, morality is very concrete. It is to silence the settler's defiance, to break his flaunting violence, in a word, to put him out of the picture. Intellectual, who for his part has followed the colonialist with regard to the universal abstract, will fight in order that the settler and the native may live together in peace in a new world.
That's what the managerial class is doing, to make sure that we're going to live in the world together. That's what they're fighting for. I'm gonna bring. That's what he's talking about right here. He's talking about the politicians, the academics, the professors, or the managerial people, the people that live in the suburbs. They have enough money for them to take vacations to do. Their job is to convince us that we want to live in peace with these people. Like Du Bois was saying, because that's what Du Bois was. Du Bois said the problem was the color line. As long as they understand that our race is because we're black, that don't mean we're inferior to them. As long as white people know that, then we're going to be all okay. And it's going to ignore the systemic things in place, the government, the imperialism, the capitalism, or everything else is ignored, as long as we can show the white people as if these white people that we know, they control the government. These white people that you see don't control nothing. The people that control any of this may not even be white or black.
Who for his part has followed the colonialist with regard to the universal abstract, will fight in order that the settler and the native may live together in peace in a new world. But the thing he does not see, precisely because he is permeated by colonialism and all its ways of thinking, is that the settler, from the moment that the colonial context disappears, has no longer any interest in remaining or in coexisting.
So in the end, what these Uncle Toms, these sellouts, these middle managerial black people don't understand is the only reason why the settler is messing with you or even talking with you is because they're here to extract the resources from the community. As soon as that's not possible, they have no reason to talk to you. They don't want to be around you. They're only there to take. You see, but this class of black folks, like Al Sharpton, all these people, in the end, they get upset because they tell them in the end, you still a nigger. Yo, Fanon is deep, man. If you don't have this book, you should go get it. You should have it in your library. There's a part that I wanted him to say that I ain't hear yet.
Serve him, and no professor of ethics, no priest has ever come to be beaten in his place, nor to share their bread with him. As far as the native is concerned, morality is very concrete. It is to silence the settler's defiance, to break his flaunting violence, in a word, to put him out of the picture.
Yeah, let me see. I was trying to find something I can't find. I need this to be heard.
It is obvious here that the agents of government speak the language of pure force. The intermediary does not lighten the oppression nor seek to hide the domination. He shows them up and puts them into practice with the clear conscience of an upholder of the peace.
Yeah, I can't find it, General Secretary.
In capitalist countries, a multitude of moral teachers, counselors. In the colonial countries, on the contrary, the policeman and the soldier, by their immediate presence and their frequent and direct action, maintain contact with the native and advise him.
I can't find it, man. That's okay. If I find it, I'll bring it back. But there's a part where like right now, this is what they're doing. This is what the middle management people, the middle management class, managerial class in America, black, this is what they're doing right now. They're going out to go get people to go out here and demand these people give you a right to vote in elections that have done nothing to change our lives in 60 years. They're not organizing all these people to build institutions. So they're making people dumb. In every book, there's no historical book, there's no way they can go that's going to show you, that's going to say, this is what you do to liberate our people. The books say actually counter to this. Even if you go back to the Haitian Revolution, everywhere that you read, the only place these sellouts and these frauds get these kind of ideas from is from the people that's giving them the money to go out and organize these events. Because none of this is free. These events are organized. People are paid to organize these events. And this is what they're producing.
That you were getting to see stores of. You see, a lot of people are drinking deeply from wells of freedom and liberty that they did not dig. They're eating from banquet tables prepared for them by their ancestors, sitting back, getting dumb, fat, and happy and comfortable. This is one of those moments when we understand that our blessings come with obligation. There is no liberation without obligation. Because if we in our generation do not now do our duty, we will lose the gains and the rights and the liberties that our ancestors afforded.
That's Cory Booker. Cory Booker was in Newark, New Jersey, had the police going crazy, brutalizing people in Newark, brutalizing us, black people. He's a cop. Cory Booker is a cop. He works for the government. He's COINTELPRO. His checks say United States government. He belonged to AIPAC. He belonged to the Jewish lobbyists, the people killing people all around the world, committing genocide. But Cory Booker is the leader of these people. He's leading these people, and he's telling them how to fight for liberation. If you believe that, there's something, well, there's nothing wrong with you, because that's what we've been socialized to think. But you're wrong. If you're following politicians like Cory Booker that poisoned our water. Cory Booker tried to sell the water. The water being poisoned. It all started under Cory Booker's watch. I need to find that video. I need to find a video where in the end, like he's saying, Fanon is saying, like we got to be prepared to fight. I think it's in the what you call it. I don't know, but check in them videos that I gave you. It's in there. No, but these are the people. This is what they're telling us we need to do. All these people are there to go demand white supremacy, imperialism, allow them to vote. Not even allow them to vote. Allow them to carve out spaces in the map where it's all black people, and then they could have one managerial Negro controlling all those people. That's what Cory Booker is fighting for. That's what these black politicians, the Congressional Black Caucus, these people that have done absolutely nothing, sat here and watched all the food prices go up, watch our schools go to nothing. These people are now telling you, our priority is to go get them jobs, to go create jobs for them, to make sure that they're millionaires. They're not up there going to say the price of food is going down, the price of rent is going down, the price of anything is going down, like the jobs are going to pay more. That's not what they're out there fighting for. And if that's not what they're fighting for, why are you supporting them? What is your purpose to go support them, maintain this system? Yo, I can't even imagine somebody coming and telling me, hey man, look, I need your son to go defend this country. So my son will go in Iran to go die in Iran, and then if he possibly makes it back, he got to pay $3,000 for rent. That's what you want me to send my son out there for? You know what? Maybe I think Iran should take over. Maybe you should lose to Iran. Nah, I'm good. I'm not sending my son or daughter to go die for me to pay $3,000 in rent. My bad, but no.
I need the city to sing a song. We are here on sacred soil to remember those who fought for us, struggled for us, endured for us, never gave up on us. We are our ancestors' wildest dreams. We are the answer to the prayer.
Cory Booker would have killed Malcolm. Cory Booker would have killed Dr. King. Cory Booker would have killed Nat Turner. Cory Booker would have killed all of our revolutionaries because he belongs to the other people. You found it? General Secretary. Hey, she got the headphones on. Cory Booker belongs to the enemy.
Peace and blessings.
All power to the people. Go ahead.
I just want everybody to know, like, Cory Booker sicked the police on the streets when he came in office. So it was a policing like that didn't hit Newark before. When Cory Booker came, he unleashed the prosecutor office in order to get people, young black men, trumped up on gang-related charges when sometimes it wasn't even gang-related. But once they go at you with the prosecutor office, it's vicious. And it wasn't normal prosecution. It was contingency. So if you was with somebody, this could have been your homeboy, but because y'all grew up in the same neighborhood, and you didn't have to be doing everything that this person was doing. But because you be with these people, because you was forced into this bucket of poverty, and all they pushing in our community is drugs. So 8 out of 10 people is selling drugs. So this ain't people that the bad drug dealer. This your cousin, this your brother, this your uncle. You understand what I'm saying? So what happened when Cory Booker came in office was sheer violence and wreaked havoc on the black community in Newark. For those who do not know and think that Africa is just rambling on, we could research the incarceration numbers of young black men during that time period. So I just wanted to give a little bit of, background information, because sometimes people hear you talk and they think that whatever, but this is real life. Cory Booker, he caused mass incarceration amongst black youth from the ages of 17 to about 35 during his tenure in Newark. And we need to understand that as violence.
With the broken windows policies, with his gun safety bills, with all of those things. We remember because we was here. But if you wasn't here, if all you know is Cory Booker up here, you wouldn't remember. You cut that clip from another video. Or is that 25 seconds? I didn't see it. Let me see.
The colonizer, even though the colonizer, it's like 25 seconds.
That's 3 minutes. That's one something.
In capitalist societies,
That's 3 something. This is it right here. All right, let me play this right. This is the last clip I was looking for.
Intellectual who for his part has followed the colonialist with regard to the universal abstract will fight in order that the settler and the native may live
I don't think this is it.
in a new world. But the thing he does not see, precisely because he is permeated by colonialism and all its ways of thinking, is that the settler from...
Yo, you know how to do, like, this is not it. I already played this audio already. Yo, here, talk about this right here. Talk about this. Let me find it. Talk about Cory Booker.
All power to the people. Yeah, Cory Booker, I mean, I guess he's just like the rest of them. He came in here under the guise that he was going to make change. I think he was running against, was it Sharp he was running against at that time? Who was he running against, Musa? Yeah, he was running against Sharp. So he was supposed to be this new young leader coming to bring the old guard down and bring changes and all that. But if you read into Booker, he didn't come out of the sky. Most of these people are groomed. He came from like the I believe the Broad Foundation or whatever, some Republican-based Zionist group that was pushing him in his political career. And his first stop was in Newark because, of course, you always use the urban communities to boost yourself in this political field. So he came and he did the whole political theater. He stayed. He acted like he was staying in the projects. He did this like 1 month thing where he would be living off of food stamps, off of things where he ate cans of beans and like bread for the month, which he, everybody knew he didn't do. And he told people he had a best friend named T-Bone. Nobody has ever seen this T-Bone. Nobody knows where T-Bone is. He told people, he just came with a lot of the same talking points to grab the people and have them vote for him. Finally got into office. He ran, I believe he did 2 terms. He tried to sell our water. He of course supported the police. Like there was an explosion of police. Well, Newark is known for the police treating us bad. I mean, they had a whole anybody remember that movie the Stolen Car movie that they did about Newark back in the 90s? New Jersey Drive, I believe it was. And if you watch that movie, you can see when the police are like arresting the gentlemen that are in that they caught for carjacking. And when they take them into the system, you should see how they treating them, they talking to them, they abusing them. Like this is decades and decades of a systemic abuse when it came to Newark police.
So can I get some context?
You can cut in.
All right, so just to understand what we're talking about, police violence in Newark, New Jersey during the 80s, mid-90s, and 2000s. We talking about black men mostly, later on it became black women too, but black men was targets to pillage whenever they wanted. And they did it for political reasons, to get raises, to get advances in their career, and things like that. So Captain Paces was extremely correct. Secretary Paces was extremely correct when she said that the way police violence in Newark, New Jersey is a historic thing. Like it's baked into our community, and it's not the violence that people would think of, because sometimes you got roughed up. But we talking about making sure that there's a steady supply of illegal, illicit stuff, right? Creating safe zones for drug dealers and stuff like that, and having those safe zones as the bucket to pick black people out from.
Yeah.
Is that was a good analogy right there?
Nah, real succinct. Yeah, that was a great analogy. I'm still trying to find this because it's important. Let me see this shit.
The zone where the natives in town, its belly is always full of good things.
Nah, this ain't it either. I need to find this, man. It's gonna annoy me. I got it right here in my hand, but I don't want to have to put this whole thing on here. It's gonna take a while to put it on here, right? General Secretary. Let me not be nervous and take my time.
His existence, the settler owes the fact of his very existence, that is to say, his property, to the local.
No, that's not it. This is 217. I don't see that.
The settler owes the fact of his very existence.
It's 217, but I think it's
in capitalist societies, the educational system, whether lay or clerical, in capitalists.
I'm gonna find
vocabulary. General de Gaulle speaks of, quote, the yellow multitudes, unquote, and Francois contacts with the elite, and is with these elite that the familiar dialogue concerning values is carried on. The colonialist bourgeoisie, which realizes that it is impossible for it to maintain its domination over the colonial countries, decides to carry out a rearguard action with regard to culture.
No, it's not that either.
Intellectual, who for his part has followed the colonialist with regard to the universal abstract, will fight in...
There's no 217 up here. It's not even up here. It's not even up here. I think the video we took off. Put the video back on here. I think the video we took off. How you find the video we took off? No, that's important for me. Like I wanted to come straight from the book. I can tell you what he said, but I'd rather it come straight from the book. You hear it straight from the book. Because at a point, we have to determine what we're going to do, how we're going to do this. At a point, we got to determine how we're going to do what I had to put the video. You know what? Never mind, man. Never mind. Yo, because I'm getting annoyed already. It should have been on here already. I have no idea, like, why I got to look through all of it. Like, I'm getting annoyed in real time. I mean, but I wanted to find it for you to listen to. Like, I went through this all week to find it. Like, it's annoying me because I can't find it right now. And I'm getting frustrated. I mean.
It's okay, Chairman Afrikan. We can visit another time. You got to take care of your health. Just calm down. Don't worry about it. It's another day. We'll get to it. Please.
No, like, I ain't going to be happy until I find this thing right here. Word up. So who got something to say? I need somebody to talk while I'm looking for this thing in my phone. Who got something to say? Talk to me. Anybody that got something?
Well, the question I had before was about Donna Jackson. Does anybody have any history about who she is or whatever? Because, I mean, she didn't spend any money on that campaign, and she came out very victorious. She actually said, I was looking at the meeting that they have at the City Hall, and she told Ross, she said, I'll see you next week when I take my new position. And, my God, those words truly came true. So how is it that this woman, and I've heard of Donna Jackson over the years and everything like that. I wonder why she didn't run ahead of time, but I guess everybody have their time when they want to do something. But she said she had about 5. I saw her speech, her congratulatory speech, and she said she only had like maybe 1,000, but she had a great street team. And the question goes to Mutai, because Mutai said, well, I don't know, people thought I was a sucker or whatever. What is it that she did, Mutai, that you didn't do? And he could be looking for his thing.
No. All right, so let me.
No, I got it, Mutai. You can come in after I go. And Mutai wasn't here in 2008 when I came home. Yo, she has built up credibility, social credibility on the streets. That's going to take Mutai maybe like a couple more years for him to be able to build up. Like, this is not, you don't just wake up one day and you have the social credibility of a Donna Jackson. She has built up that time. Yo, I'm telling you, you can defeat these people. You can defeat every single one of them. Mutai will win if he keep going that path. But that's not the problem that we're going to run into. The problem is after you spent all that energy and time winning and going in there, they're not allowing you to do nothing because it's you against all of them. And at the end of the day, they're going to try to find ways to gerrymander or remove you out of there. I mean, if you came earlier when we first started, I congratulated Donna on her winning and stuff, and I said I would offer my services to her to advise her. I mean, I don't work for the government. I'm not going to work for the government. But I can advise her on how she can lower people's rents outside of the government. Because it can be done. She could do it outside the government, which will give her more credibility to the people that when she comes back in 4 years to run again, she will have something to stand on. If you have all these people that can say like, yo, my rent went down, food went down, all this went down, and this is how we do it. I can advise her to do things like that. But I mean, so that's why, in my opinion, that's why she won, in my analysis, because she has the social credibility. Because she didn't start in 2008. She started way before that. I just knew about her in 2008. So go ahead, Mutai.
Yeah, so that's Mama Donna. So, all right, like he said, in 2008, I was in jail. I was in prison for a 7-year bid for drugs. So when I came home to Newark, Donna Jackson has always been a staunch voice, right? So she did run for office. She ran for mayor the last term. She just didn't get she ain't make the petition process. She ain't get on the ballot. Sheila Montague had made the ballot because that petition process is pretty egregious. It was once it right now it went to 100 petitions. So anybody could have conducted around for anything. All you need is 100 petitions, and to get 100 people that's in Newark in your area, especially if you're doing worker services, it's not that hard. But when they talk about like 1,500 or 2,000, it becomes a little bit, different. So this one, everybody only needed 100 petitions to get on the ballot. So you could, like, it didn't cost, like, I didn't spend no money on my campaign. Like, no, like nothing. I didn't do a party, an event. I went to other parties, went to other events. So Donna had everybody backing her. So the activists is backing her, the people that she serviced. So everybody with credibility, nobody's talking like there's no, even the way she does what she does, right? People excuse all that because this is still Newark. And like he said, he came home in 2008. You said?
Yeah, 2008.
So, and she was doing that before him. Before that, I didn't even know what a politic was. I was trapped in a lifestyle that, I didn't understand a Cory Booker war on drugs or war on young black men. I was a victim of it. So when he said what he said, like so many people from housing developments went away in his span that it's ridiculous. I'm talking about like mass people. It wasn't one, two people. It was mass people from every different location that was a Newark Housing Authority in his time span. So like a Little Bricks, a Baxter Terrace, a Hyatt Court, a Pennington Court. Like he just wiped out a whole bunch of people at the same time.
Generations.
Yeah, it was a generation that. So now when you see these kids right now, a lot of them is based on bids that people went away out their life and
like
came
their parents. Their parents that were removed out the community.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I didn't even think, I didn't even think about that, yo. What you just said just now, that never even hit my mind. Everything we're dealing with now is like from the crimes of Cory Booker. The crimes
right now, the immediate effects right now, the people that
the immediate effect. But Ras Baraka was in 2012. So it's been what, 10, 12, 13, 15 years? So if you locked up somebody's father that was like 10 years old, they're like 20 something now.
Yeah.
I mean, so you affected that family. If you destabilized, if you threw them into the streets, illegally destroy their family. But I think I got the video. I think they say right here.
Okay.
Colonization never takes too quickly, some say. The well-known steps which characterize an organized society can only triumph if we use all means to turn the scale, including, of course, that of violence. You do not turn any society, however primitive it may be, upside down with such a program if you have not decided from the very beginning, that is to say, from the actual formulation of that program, to overcome all the obstacles that you will come across in so doing.
And that's what I wanted to play. Yo, you have from the beginning of Donna going into office, she has to understand, like, I must survive whatever they throw at me. That's my advice to Donna. You have to, right now, you should have said that before you even ran for office. If your candidacy, if what you're doing is for the people, right when you decided that I'm going to take this path, that I'm going to be against Baraka and them, the Baraka team, that you have to accept whatever they aim to throw at me, I am going to be ready. When they came to my door, I wasn't acting all erratic. I wasn't trying to run. I was calmer than dumb because I expected this kind of behavior from them, for them to use this level of violence. In fact, I was trying to de-escalate the situation. I'm telling everybody in the house to be quiet while I try to talk to them in a soft voice. You see, but when they leave, when they go out into the streets, what they probably told those officers, yo, Africa got guns in there. That's what Rocky and them told them. That's what the administration, that's what these people told them. Africa got guns in there. He's crazy. He's not normal. He doesn't know how to think. Like, you're going to have to go in there and try to do. That's what they told him. But when they came to the door, I spoke to them calm. Yo, like he talking about open the door. Yo, we don't trust the police around here. He talking about I'm nervous. Why are you nervous? I don't walk around with guns. I don't have guns. There's nothing in my history to say Africa running around and shooting people. You're the only people with guns. I'm about to open the door. I'm opening the door. What is the warrant for? And they were ready to attack as soon as I opened the door. They had to shield up by the door, ready to go in with violence. And Fanon is telling you what I'm telling Donna. You have to be ready. You have to be ready because they're coming for you. They're going to talk about everything, how you look, how you dress. They may call you a rapist. They may call you... Oh. Yo, one of the mothers of the kids that I take to school every day, that I pick up from school, that I watch every day and take care of every day, one of the mothers said, somebody at City Hall told her, don't take her for Africa. He's a rapist. She told them, you think I will give my child for the last few years to a rapist to take to school, to pick up, to feed, to be around? But this is how they talk about me. Yo, you can Google me on Megan's Law, bruh. If I was a rapist, they would make my face the face of rape. You can Google me. You will see nothing about me anywhere. But this is how they have dehumanized me to the police, to everybody in the community. And they call me crazy because I'm fighting for people to get homes, people to stay in their homes, people not to get their property stolen by crooked corporations. So now they've demonized me to everybody.
Chairman Africa, quick question for you. Now that Donna is on in that political arena, would you consider running with her with something in the city of Newark, knowing what she stands for? Also, you also, Muta, because I mean, this woman garnered all those votes. That means somebody. I mean, I had all my people in Newark go out and vote for her, because I'd be like, nah, forget it. But this woman, yes. So do you think it's a new energy in Newark right now that maybe people are saying maybe this is possible?
The politics. Go ahead, Mutar.
Because she has listen. I think that if she doesn't work with people, people would be disappointed. Because that's what it feel like. It feel like a opportunity to like, all right, can we, like, it was something about what Africa was mentioning. Is she going to be able to have conversations with other people and do initiatives outside of the city capital? Will she be able to partner with other ventures in order to do the right thing? We know we got a housing issue, so it's a bunch of different housing projects, not projects, little buildings, but housing ideas that could be brought to fruition, and that probably won't really require the government more as it would be influence. So I think if she uses her influence right now in the right capacity, that she could really make a change. Not on the governance side though. So the governance side is something completely different. Her one, even though it's an at-large vote, and even if she has a dominant voice, you still got 8 other members. So even if she was to like filibuster or something like that, then it's no real weight she could hold as far as if they voting as a machine. If they voting as a machine and she voting as an individual, she could say nay all she want. But now her having influence over the other politicians who respect her, because all of them don't think that she's just crazy dying or saying anything. A lot of these people respect her. And a lot of times, the people who they say crazy be the people who just telling the truth, and they got to say they crazy just because they don't want to say that they pieces of
shits. We can't curse. All power to the people.
Mic check.
Mic check. Go ahead, mic check.
Well, Chairman Africa, I'm glad to see my brother's doing good over there. And Sister Patience, I know she told you Brother Nance called to make sure you was okay, you were good. And she told me about I'm gonna have to come down and see you, and trust me, brother. When I say I'm gonna come see you, I'm gonna come down there on time and be on that day. Now, unlike my brother said he's gonna be over here and sit down and talk to me, but now that I think they have you under house arrest, correct?
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
I'll be down there to see you. Not this week, brother, but definitely next week with Sister Arlene, who's on podcast too in here. With Donna Jackson, I'd just like to give you guys a quick story. My father, who's one of the first black motorcycle police officers in North, in fact, if you go in the Rotunda, next time you're in City Hall, if you're not banned from there, brother, if you go in the Rotunda, they have a plaque that says James Nance. It's right there on the Rotunda wall, all right? My father ran for at-large council. He didn't win, but this is back in the early 70s, and Donna Jackson was running around in my father's headquarters. Our families have known each other for a very, very long time. And ever since I've known Donna, what you see right now is the way she was even as a very young lady.
What year was that?
My father ran in the 70s. I'm trying to remember. I believe it was like 74, 75, somewhere around there. He ran for at-large, James Nance. It was in the Star Legend when they had a list of all the different candidates and their background. All right? And like I said, Donald was running around because, like I said, our families were joining. In fact, her grandfather used to open up, it's North Star now, but Blessed Sacrament School right here on Clinton and Van Ness. Her grandfather used to open up the gym upstairs for us to play ball. And me, my brothers, we used to always play ball upstairs in the grammar school. In fact, when I was young, my father sent me to that grammar school, but it was Blessed Sacrament before it's North Star now. And the church was connected. It was a Catholic church, But Donna's been the same for a long time. Every now and then before we congratulate. I voted for her. She was the only one. And brother Al Tariq White, who used to be the Weekway football coach, and Sister Montague. Those were the three candidates that I voted for on that ballot because I get a mail-in ballot. Okay. But she's always been the same, and she always stopped by here every now and then. We talk, me and my brother owns the house here. We know her very well. We talk, and she gives a scoop on everybody. Trust me, Donna never bit her tongue. So we wish her well. We got to support the sister. And just to piggyback off of what Susan said, and I mentioned this to Sister Patience, please, brother, all right, because stress can take you out of here. We give a lot of health and healing shows up here and presentations. Watch your temper, brother, because I know you talk with a passion. But we don't want that to take you out and be the cause of you leaving. I got my blood pressure taken. My liver was good. My kidney was good with my primary care doctor. I'm working with my vision. Other than that, brother, I'm good. All right? So if I were you, just take it easy, brother, because we need you around for another 150 years. And you don't want patients to get upset and be a widow, and we got to comfort her down the prairie somewhere. Okay? So peace and blessings, brother. And like I said, we back you, and anytime you need me, and some of the GFT people up here, we'll show up in force in court to support you, brother, at your next hearing. So please, just keep me abreast of that. I'm sure Mutar will be down. Peace and blessings. I hear Mutar up here all the time. I ain't seen that brother in a minute since I used to come up to the water lines. So thank you, brother, and keep on doing what you do. But watch, brother, just take it easy with that blood pressure, because that's a killer, especially amongst black men, and the prostate thing. You gotta take it easy, brother. And I'll be down there to see you. I'm gonna come down to you and see you down there on Ridgewood.
All power.
Yeah, just to add to what Mr. Nance said, he needs to bring down Sister Becky and the guy, her brother Rashid.
Rashad.
We got to get them all on the team, Mr. Nance, because like you just said, too many of our black men dying, and we don't want Sister Patience to be a widow because she ain't gonna find nobody to match him. So that's all.
Right.
That's it.
There you go.
Thank you. Even though Sister Patience mad at me right now because I was irritated about finding this damn video, but she told me, Brother Nash, she told me that you reached out. I tried to call, I called a few people back. I called Mutar back. I called a couple of people, but I was gonna try to finish it out this week. I'm telling you, brother, it was a lot of people that called that showed that love, and as an activist, that's worth more than gold to me. I mean, you reaching out, everybody reaching out, like that means everything to me. And I'm going to watch it because since I came back, I've transformed my whole diet. I'm eating like a rabbit. I'm eating nothing but vegetables, all kind of stuff.
to try to bring it down. There's no salt in my diet. Now, I'm not doing, like, that's how I am. When I become focused on something, I become focused. I'm working out. I'm taking care of, trying to do all I can. But you asked a question earlier about Donna, Basil. Yeah, like Muta said, and like even Brother Nanja said, yo, 1974, Donna been around. 1974, that's like 50 years of work. She's been around putting that work in on the ground. I mean, so the people in Newark know her. Like everybody in Newark knows Donna. So like their money couldn't defeat her. I mean, she kept fighting till she got over that hump. But this is the problem. That system is the problem. It's not Donna. It's really not Ras Baraka. Because when they get in there, they have to submit, they have to bend the knee to the landlords, to the corporations. They have to bend the knee to the federal government, or they themselves will be removed. That's in earlier when I first started, I said Donna can call on me, whatever help she wants. I can advise her on how to lower people rents outside of the system, on how to lower food prices outside of the system. Because like Muta said, she's one vote. She's going to go up there and try to fight. But you have everybody else that's on the mayor's team up there. In the school board, they got the mayor's team. At City Hall, they got the mayor's team. So it's like fighting a never-ending battle. And then, like, let's say me, let me tell you something. If I wanted to play in their little sellout Olympics, I have no doubt in my mind I would win. Absolutely no doubt in my mind that I will win. I will work harder than them. Yo, my campaign would have started yesterday. Day before that. Every ward. I'm going door to door, every single door. The same way how I'm out here policing the community, providing programs for the people, that energy will be put towards me winning. They only win with like 5,000, 4,000, 3,000. Man, I know more people than that in my sleep. I would, man, look, if I wanted to be like them, I would be whatever I wanted to be in their system. But at the end of the day, it's the system. And once you go in that system, you're not going to be able to do anything for the people. Because even, let's say all Africa is on the city council. Everybody's Africa, the mayor's Africa. Now you got to worry about the federal government. Now you got to worry about the state. It's like, this is it's never ending. Instead of me using all my energy, all my social credibility to go get inside Massa House, I say no. Use all that energy to convince the people that they can build their own city hall, that they can build their own schools, they can build their own economic centers. Those are the two paths we must take. I mean, those are the two paths that decide what species you are. When you go into the government, that's one kind of species. When you talk about revolution, that's a different kind of species. We're not the same. And if I go through all that work, giving my life, my energy to getting voted into council, into school board, at the end of the day, it does nothing to do to change the material conditions of anybody. I mean, so it's like, but like I said, if she want my advice, I'm going to say it again. I keep saying it because I do want to give her the advice. Because at the end of the day, what I really care about is the people of Newark getting their rents brought down, the food coming down. So I would work with her if she wanted to work with me. I mean, I have no problem with that because we're going to bear tangible fruits that can, I mean, yo, the biggest thing she could do in that space is use that to galvanize people to start to build their own institutions. That's the biggest thing she could do.
Absolutely, 100%. I agree.
That's the biggest thing that she could do in there. Like, she could go in there and write the policies. Yo, she could come up with the most brilliant policy ever. These people will not allow it to pass. And if she's good at what she do, they're going to either find a way to kill her or get rid of her. And that's why I'm telling her, she has to be ready for what these people got coming for her. Because they all got their knives out and they're ready. Their smiles, like Rahman Muhammad congratulating you. They tell you to come to Edward Rally, to go to all these stupid shows. All politics is local. To do all, don't even talk to these people. They hate you. They are against you. Well, when they find out that you ain't trying to go the way they're going, they're going to hate you. But if they believe they can buy you, they can get you to start making excuses like they do, then they're going to mess with you. I mean, but do not trust none of those people. Don't trust any of those council members. You on your own. You want security? Come holler at the Black Panther Party. If you serious, you're fighting for the people, you want to work for the people, you want some security, come holler at us. Don't get their security. They're going to use their security to kill you. Don't let them drive you around. They will poison you. Do not trust those people, Donna. That's what I would tell Donna. I mean, and I salute you. I mean, but like at the end of the day, if you want to serve the people, it got to be outside of that system. I mean, so yeah, so anything, General Secretary? You still mad at me? She said she good. What's up? Anybody got something? Muta, you got something? Anybody want to say something? Oh, I think it's time to wrap up. It's time to wrap up? Yeah, it's time to wrap up, man. Yo, till next time, all power to the people. I live for the people. I die for the people. This is a great space, man. Great space. Come here, General Secretary. I don't know this. But yeah, great space, man. Make sure you come back.
Colonization never takes